everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So today I'm going to be answering questions from you guys, specifically the writers in the audience. I have 10 questions and a bonus one, and I'm just going to jump right to it. Number 1. Do you think using a planner has made you more organised and therefore more productive? Do you recommend using one? I think personally for me, using a planner has helped me get a grip on what I need to be doing and when, and it has sort of like upped my productivity. But I think I was doing as much as I'm doing now before anyway, just simply from having the sticky notes and such. The planner just puts it all in one place. As for recommending using one, I think it's personal to every single writer. Like, there are some writers who aren't very visual, there are some writers that writing things down won't help and will just be a hindrance, and there are some writers whose routine fluctuates so much that they can't rely on something written down, and that's okay, you know. Everybody has a different story, everybody has a different pace, and you know, that's cool. Number 2, are there any writing rules that you really don't like or ignore? You're putting me on the spot now, but there are some, yeah, but I can't think of any. I really don't like write what you know, because I feel like there's so much stuff that you don't know, and there's so much stuff that you can find out from research or talking to people. Like, personally, I don't know what it's like to be a psychic who sees the last moments of someone's life when she touches something that used to belong to them, but I wrote a whole series about it, and I think some of writing what you know comes from your imagination, and that's okay. I think that the lines sort of blur when it comes to ethnicity and experiences that are outside your own, regarding like own voices and stuff like that. But even then, I feel like it's something that if you put the work into, you can pull it off. There are just some nuances to it that means you'll be doing a lot of work. Number 3, do you think it's possible to switch genres under one pen name? Would you advise people do so? Now, I'm someone who has just the one name, and I write all the genres underneath that. They're all in young adult, so I kind of feel like that's okay. But it really does depend on your audience, on the type of things you're writing, and stuff like that. Like, I know some young adult authors who use 2 different pen names for 2 different genres, and that works for them, and that's completely okay. Personally, I think it's possible to do it, but I am still just very much a small fish, and maybe that's working against me. I don't know. But from what my readers are saying, it's not, so I guess it's okay. As for advising people to do so, I really don't feel comfortable telling someone how to do their career kind of thing, because mine isn't exactly going on the up and up all the time, so I feel like it's something that you have to make that choice yourself. You have to research the market yourself, and you have to make a decision yourself. Number 4, what's your number 1 tip for writing young adult? I would imagine that it would be along the lines of, don't always assume that you need to write at the upper end of the age bracket. I know there's been a lot of talk recently about how there's not really that much young adult, in the fact that a lot of the time the protagonist is 17, 18, and while there are some stories that deal with, like, you know, 15, 16, I personally write across the age range. Not all my protagonists are 18, some of them as young as 13, 14, just the way I work. I think if you're going to write young adult, don't be afraid to sort of like go between the ages, because it's something that's really missing. A lot of the books that are big, they only focus on the upper age range, and sort of like the lower age range are feeling kind of like forgotten about, and that's not the case. Number 5, what's the biggest lesson you've learned drafting and publishing? Drafting, I've learned that it's okay to take time, it's okay to take breaks, and it's okay to need that time to percolate the idea and to get things going the way you want them to go. As far as publishing goes, it's along the same lines. Like, at the moment, I have 19 books out, but I'm not doing a second release this year, and that has felt really, really good. I've got a question about that coming, but I feel like you don't have to push yourself to release as much as possible if you physically can't, because readers will understand. Number 6, do you think you need to take writing courses to be valid as a writer? No, I don't. I think you are valid as a writer so long as you write. It doesn't matter how long it takes you, it doesn't matter what credentials you've got behind you, you are a writer. Number 7, do you still have the same writing routine that you did starting out? No. When I first started writing, I would write a chapter a day, so that's similar in that respect, but I would write it out by hand, and it would take me all day long to get it done, and I wrote every single day, I wrote every single day that I had an idea. So, like Blackout took me 10 days, and I wrote for 10 solid days in a row, and then I wrote a chapter by hand, and then I typed it up at night. And at the time, the book only had 10 chapters. But nowadays, yes, I still write a chapter a day, but I don't write it by hand, and it doesn't take me that long, and I don't write every day. And the time of day has changed, and all of that. My writing routine fluctuates and changes over the years, and that's completely okay. Number 8, what was your biggest goal for the releases this year? So I wanted to reach a certain number of pre-orders. I didn't reach them for Lights Off, but that's okay. And I'm okay with the fact that I'm not releasing again this year. Second Pang is ready to go to the editor, bar a few more read-throughs. And I'm happy to take a back seat and just relax and breathe and all of that stuff. Number 9, do you think you have to release every year as an indie author to stay relevant? This is a hard one because I personally have the books and stuff to release every year, but saying that, I don't know whether it's the only way as an indie author you can stay relevant. I know there are some big names who don't release every year, but they were big names kind of like before they started releasing, so that helps propel their releases into being big ones. That said, I think one of the things about the Amazon algorithm is you need to release every, I think it's 3 months for Amazon to keep churning out recommendations and stuff for your readers. And that's a difficult sort of to keep up with, and I can't do it. I know I can. And I think it's something that you have to sort of factor into your promotion and your marketing. If you know that you can't keep up with that, and you know that you can't release every year, then make sure you keep your readers invested by doing other things like newsletters and stuff like that, and just go from there. I don't think you have to. I think it helps though. Number 10. What social media do you think is a must for an indie author if they can only have one? Oh, this is a hard one because I find that it depends on the genre and it depends on the kind of experience you want. Personally, I post to Instagram and Twitter every day, but I'm cross-posting. So I'm posting to Instagram and then posting that to Twitter. Sometimes I will also post to Twitter, but I would say that I'm more active on Instagram than I am on Twitter. But those seem to be the big two for young adult. But if you're not a young adult author, then it really does depend. It depends on your audience. It depends on where your audience is. It depends on your target audience. It depends on what you're trying to achieve and all of that. Personally, I don't really know which one that you would have to have, and I'm not really sure that you do have to have one. I know you need to have a website because you have to have somewhere to direct your readers to online. Otherwise, it kind of feels like you're not online at all, and readers won't keep searching. If they search and they can't find anything about you, then that's it. Then they're not going to search again. So I don't know. Personally, I like using YouTube. I like using all of them. But I think if you're more of a visual person, then Instagram is going to be the best place for you. Stories are quite big, so you don't have to be posting to your feed every day. I personally do, but that's just a me thing. And going from there, really, just seeing what works and what doesn't. And the bonus question, do you have any writer confessions? Would you share one? So this was going around a while ago on Authortube, where people were talking about confessions of an Authortuber and stuff like that. Writer confessions, I don't think I have any that I can think of, or that I'd be willing to share. Authortube, a lot of what you see is scripted. This video isn't obviously because I can't script answers to questions I've only just gotten, so, I don't have the time to script them. But the majority of the time, my videos are scripted and I'm reading from a script. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not. I have gotten better at it over the years. So yeah, basically, That's my author confession. So there we go, that's 11 questions from the writers in my audience. If you ever have a question for me, you can shoot it to me over social media. I will probably answer it there and then, but if I've got a video like this coming up, I might keep it and answer it in a video. So do you have a question for me? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media and my books are available everywhere. And don't forget to pick up a copy of Lights Off, all the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching and remember to keep writing. Bye.